Hey guys, it's Bree Noel, and welcome back to another episode on Open the Luck. Isn't it so crazy to you guys how 2023 is literally about to be over in 2 weeks? Guys, 2 weeks. I remember New Year's like it was yesterday. Like, that's how easy I can remember it. I felt like it was literally a day ago, and it literally wasn't. It was over 300 days ago. Crazy. And I just think about all these days that we've all had to live through, and all the things and all the struggles and the challenges and the obstacles that everybody in the world has had to face this year. And when I mean everybody, because every single person on this planet goes through things. You could be the poorest person, you could be the richest person. And I think about it, and it's crazy how God really puts these things into our life because he knows that we have the strength for these things. He knows that we can surpass these things. And so I talk about this a lot, and I say that all the things that we go through in life, every single challenge, every single obstacle, is because God knows that we have the strength for it. God knows that we're going to take this strength on with us throughout our whole entire life. And a lot of people like to think that, it's because the universe is trying to get at us and they don't want us to succeed, and people are bringing us down, and people are talking negative stuff, and people don't want us to succeed. But it's not about that. It's about life is hard, and kids now, especially in this generation, are experiencing it at a really young age. We're not really supposed to, but this is generational, and it's gonna happen, especially more now to even my kids, and imagine the generation of, oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. And I really think about it because even myself, I was just reading, I was going through my pages in my journal. I used to write my feelings on, and I still do. And I was looking back in the beginning of the year and all the stuff that I would write about, and how I was so sad and depressed, and how I was just so tired and I wanted to not be here. And I look at it now and I'm like, wow, like I have come such a long way. And those things were not because the universe or God or these people wanted me to fail and wanted to bring me down. No, it was actually for me to take that strength and to build it and find the power within me and realize that I'm enough, and I am worthy, and I'm strong, and I'm a freaking badass. Okay. And it made me go through all those things for me to realize that, because we don't just come out the womb and we know these things. No, we have to go through these things, every day for years and years and years and years for us to learn these things. And people think that they're just trying to attack us and they want us to bring us down, but it's not that. And so that's something that we all need to learn and program into our brain, is that these things are a learning lesson. It's for you to go through this process, for you to learn these things. So now in the future, you know what's coming. And also, which this is the main topic of the podcast today, and it was New Year's resolutions. And I know people are like, oh my God, it's so cliche, making a resolution and whatever. It's so stupid, but it's really not stupid. I feel like the people who say that it's stupid is because they do it and it doesn't work. They write all these things down. They never look back at it. And they say, wow, that's so dumb. Like, I didn't even achieve any of these goals. You wrote these goals down for a reason, because you wanted to achieve them. But if you're not looking back at your goals every day and you're not reading through them, how are you going to even remember what you were trying to achieve? How are you even going to actually implement these new systems and programs into your body and your mind, and for you to really take on that task if you're not reading back at it every day? Or maybe not every day, maybe once a week, once a month. It's better than nothing. And if I'm being honest, I was one of those people. I used to think, oh, that's so stupid, it's not gonna work, that's so whack, like why would I even do that? And so for 2022, December 31st, I went to the beach around morning noon, and I wrote down all the things that I wanted to accomplish this year. And I can name a few to you guys. I put finding a job that I really enjoy. I put finding my passion, fully loving myself, building a relationship with God, saving my money, my podcast channel thriving, and finding my purpose, spending time more with my family, working more on my mental health. And so I never looked back at it, if I'm being honest. I don't, the last time that I looked back at this was probably a few months ago, and I just looked at it. I never wrote anything down. I never updated and checked myself and was like, okay, are you really working on these things? Thank God I did accomplish most of these things on my list, but that's not because I looked at it and I was really like focusing on, okay, I need to accomplish these things. And there's now this year when I do it, I'm actually going to perfect it even more, because something that I did learn throughout the ending of this year was that when you're making goals, your goals are not just supposed to say, okay, let's say your goal is you want to lose weight, which was one of my goals. Okay, I just want to lose weight, but you're not being specific. I don't know. I think I learned this from Ed Milet, and it was when you're making goals, you need to be very, very specific. So let's say you want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. What are you going to do every day, every week for you to do that? Are you going to lift weights? Are you going to cut out sugar? Are you going to start eating more protein? Are you going to cut out food? Are you going to fast? Are you going to go on the treadmill every day? Are you going to run every day? You know, these are different things that you need to ask yourself what you're going to do, because you have to be very, very, very specific. Something that I did not know last year, or even early on this year. I didn't know anything about that. So I didn't really think it was important until I learned it. And I'm like, wow, like that's something very important that each and every person should learn. But you also have to be truthful. You have to put actual goals down that you want to achieve and that are actually attainable within a year or even less than a year. Because let's say you want to lose like 15 pounds. You can lose 15 pounds in less than a year. Let's say you want to gain abs. You could do that within less than a year. So it's more of really tracking down what exactly you want. And if that is, let's say, building a business or creating something, or if you want like a YouTube channel or become an influencer, it's like, what are you going to do every day for you to achieve that? What content are you going to be putting out? When are you going to post? How much money are you going to put into ads? You know, all these different things, like what creators are you going to meet so you can start growing your following? Stuff like that. You know, what you're going to have your page about. So there's a lot of things that go into goal making, something that a lot of people don't understand or don't know about. So that is why I'm here teaching you, so you can grasp a lot from this and start now, because there's only 2 weeks left until 2024. Wow, that's crazy. And take these 2 weeks to really ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to accomplish this year? And really ask yourself, like, what is going to make you proud? What is going to make you happy? Because it's not about nobody else. And I've said that previously in the podcast. These goals that you have written down are for nobody else. It's for you. You don't have to share it with nobody. You can only share it with yourself. But check back on it. Ask yourself, maybe a month later after you've written the goals down, or 2 weeks later, what have you done to achieve this goal or this goal or this goal? And write these things down and have like a check-in with yourself. You know, even write down, you know, what you did today to achieve that, what you did 2 weeks from that day, and keep checking in with yourself. These goals are important for your growth, because if you're not growing, you die. It's something I learned from Tony Robbins. You either grow or die. And you don't want to be that person that dies because they're not growing. You know, it's like a plant. If you're not watering the plant, what's going to happen? It's going to die. So if you're not watering yourself, you're eventually going to die out. And that is why we need to keep feeding ourselves with goals and things that we need to accomplish every single day, because these are essential for our growth. These are essential for us to achieve every single thing that we want to. So if I could do that and learn all these things that I learned this year and implement these things into my life and write my goals down and be truthful with myself and look back at my goals and, you know, measure my goals, you can too. And I'm going to focus on me and growing and my accomplishments and the things I want to accomplish, because I love doing what I do. You know, I love waking up every day. I love experiencing life as it is. And I want to continue to do that. Something that I never felt before. I never was excited to see what life had in store for me. And I was never really grateful for a lot of things. And this year, well, now next year, 2024, I want to make a difference. And I want to change that because we all deserve to change. We all deserve to grow. And I sure as hell deserve all of that as well. And so 2024, I'm going to make sure that this year, it may not be a perfect year. It may not be my best year, but it is going to be a good year because I'm going to make it a good year. So remember all of that. Please, please, and please. And please, I am encouraging you to make your list of accomplishments for 2024 because it's going to be worth it. So thank you all for watching today's episode. I love you guys so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching this podcast. It means a lot to me. And I will see you all next week.